Hands on this now, Rory. Breaking ball.
To Fiddy Park, Lower Hutt, Wellington, venue for the first Australasia Games to be held in New Zealand since 1997. We had 4 days of football, camogie and hurling, all played to a high standard. It was a remarkable effort by all concerned, both to travel and to host. It was also a week of firsts and landmarks for the GAA.
Our count coming out at scale, Anna Hasorum and Turdinall in Shaw have run out our captain, Fornia Danny Ward.
Well, first time a GAA president has visited New Zealand as president, and first time that we've had a camogie final here. And this is the most southerly capital city in the world, so the GAA now, the only place left where we haven't a presence is a bit south of here in the South Pole. So, it's another example of the increasing strengthening of the GAA right around the world. And it has been a wonderful few days here in Wellington. Everybody has thoroughly enjoyed it and been refreshed by it.
New South Wales certainly enjoyed it. They won all of the major trophies, beating Victoria in a very entertaining hurling final, which had the same passion and pride as you would hope to see anywhere in Ireland. The players are more than happy to show off their game and to fly the flag a long, long way from home.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Just to be able to keep it going, to keep all the lads together and keep flogging away, keep trying to give it their all for the game. Really, it's for the GAA. Like this, fellas are doing this not alone for themselves, for their families. They're doing it for the GAA as well. We're promoting this game all over the world, and it's great to see people from Wellington, locals. Even in Sydney, we've got locals coming out viewing our matches, and it's just great to promote what kind of culture we have and what we're brought up with.
The pride is just bursting out of your heart.
Oh, pride. I'm a very, very proud man. I always have been a very proud man, and I'm extremely proud today to get a win.
Back in Ireland on a wet day in Clonus just a few months ago, Donegal's player of the match in their first ever Ulster Senior final win was Aoife McDonnell. Now she has swapped the rain for the sun in New Zealand. She's still winning with New South Wales, and she's thankful to the GAA for making the move to the other side of the world a little bit easier.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about that before. Being away so far away from home, it's sometimes it can be a bit. You might get a bit homesick in that, but when you're out here and you've got your Gaelic team and you've got that set up, it's like having a family away from home, and it does definitely make it easier, because it was even hard for me leaving home there, a couple of weeks ago. But I suppose at the end of the day, like, I was coming back out and, as I say, playing with people I knew and got to know a lot of new girls as well that I would have known who they were, but didn't necessarily maybe have anything to do with them before. But yeah, it definitely made it easier.
What was it like getting the cup there from the president?
From the president, it was probably a dream come true, getting a cup from the president. Like, I never thought this day would ever come about, and just to get it from that man himself is just an absolute honour. So it is. I couldn't think of anything better today. Ladies Gaelic football, it's like literally leaving your family and coming into a group of sisters, and literally a wee network that's made up of just family and friends. They stick with you through thick and thin, and it's great to have them girls with you.
The camogie final saw Victoria take on New South Wales, who had a star performer all the way from Kilkenny, and she's a veteran of the competition.
I played my first state games out here in 2007, so I've been around a while. It's just amazing to come to the far side of the world and play something that you've grown up with and you've played underage and the whole way along with your club and county, and it's just an honour to get the same opportunity to play and be part of a team the other side of the world. The camogie out in Australia has been really strong for the last number of years, and it's just growing and developing further and further every single year. So it's an absolute joy to be able to play it this far from home.
And Wellington is just about as far as you can get from Kilkenny.
It surely is. Windy Wellow, I think they call it. So it's been fantastic. The setup here, we didn't really know what to expect, and Wellington committee have just put on a fantastic games. The grounds and everything have been fantastic. There's a fabulous backdrop of mountains, and bar the wind, it's been exceptional out here.
So, with the Blues getting their hands on silverware for camogie, hurling and ladies football, it was up to the men from New South Wales to deliver.
Well, the fact the other three codes already won their three meant the pressure was paid on us, so we didn't want to be the code that let everyone down, but So it's just great to hold that up that end of the bargain. But the fact that 4 New South Wales teams took home all the trophies, it just shows how strong GAA is in Sydney. So it's just a pleasure to be part of it, and the work going on behind the scenes is great from the whole committee. So we were just glad not to be the ones that let the whole show down. So that was all good.
Wellington ladies proved that it's not all about winning trophies. They went bananas after winning their first ever game in the competition with an extra time goal.
Even just to win a match in the Australasians is our biggest goal. We've been training for 6 months, and I think that match there just shows how far Gaelic has come in New Zealand. They are our derby, but they're our friends as well. We get on quite well with them, we train with them or play against them every couple of months, but just to win a match is the best feeling ever. For the girls here who have trained, who have set up the pitches, who have been in the kitchen working, who have got organisation with accommodation and everything for people, it's just the best feeling ever. But it's just great to get GAA out there in New Zealand. It's forever growing, our club is forever growing. Canterbury has 3 teams now, Auckland, and we have teams in Waikato and Hamilton. And we're just hopeful that we can get more and more girls and guys playing. The bigger the community, the better.
Most teams have mainly Irish players, apart from South Australia, where they have a deliberate policy of spreading the GAA gospel.
Yeah, I suppose South Australia is very different to the other states. What we see out here is probably the best of Gaelic footy in Australia. For us, there is opportunities to develop. We're really probably one of those states that are promoting the game, and for us, playing over here is really an honour and a privilege. You probably get to chat to a lot of other people. Go, well, I'm from Tyrone or County Cork and all those other things. And fantastic that they come over and make the effort. When we come over to play, we're playing for South Australia, and playing for this means a fair bit more. It's where we're from. It's who we are, and we know we're up against it. But sometimes our style of Gaelic can challenge these sides, but player for player, we're always up backs against wall. So
it is so good to be back here in New Zealand. I get down here a couple of times a year, but to be down here this time is very special. To be here for the Australasia GAA Championships, first time in 18 years that we've been back here. It's special. It's always special. It's great for Wellington, and great credit is due to all the people in Wellington who've been involved in organising it. It's fantastic to be here.
And how important is the GAA to the Irish community here?
I think the GAA, as it does everywhere, it binds the community together. It's a starting point for people coming out here. It's a reference point for them socially and culturally. It's great also to see that if you look at particularly South Australia and some of the other teams here, so you've got your Irish guys who've come out and Irish women who have come out, young women who have come out, but also you have a lot of native Australians who are out here who might be second or third generation Irish, or who are just pure Australian, and they're playing the Gaelic games and they're enjoying them like anybody else, and that's fantastic to see. I think it's good for everybody.
And just finally, you're on a bit of a world tour. I'm wondering how heartened you have been on your tour and where you're off to next.
I'm absolutely delighted with everything, everywhere I've been. I've been to Canada and the United States and Australia and here in New Zealand, and where I meet GAA people, there's a similarity everywhere. They're all full of energy. We have to be relevant. That's always our main purpose for being a GAA, to be relevant, and our clubs are increasingly around the world, just like at home. They're relevant, they're strengthening, they have lots of activity, and we're encouraging them all the time to have that. They've good governance, they're well run. We have the finest young people in the world, I believe. The Irish are absolutely wonderful, and so many of them are now here, which is sad in some ways, but they're bringing great organisational skills to the association, and it's encouraging what's happening. It's fabulous.
And finally, is it a coincidence you're wearing the blue tie today?
Well, I suppose I'm wearing the blue tie. You never can leave home. There was a Cavan man going around here today in a blue. You may have seen his jersey. His people came out here in 1872. He's a 5th generation New Zealander, but he told me he's still a Cavan man.